that said, Caitlin was, 25 years old. She was, 24 years old. She was a fifth-year senior. Right. She was taking 40 shots a game. Her records were illegitimate.
Did Sheryl Swoopes get her facts wrong about Caitlin Clark? Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson think so, and they're not holding back. But here's the real question: why is this debate hitting such a nerve in the basketball world? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos. Without subscribing, it costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the now. You might think you know what Swoopes said about Clark, but hold up, there's a twist in this story that's got even the legends of the game shaking their heads.
And I got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend, and I said, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter.
What could make Nancy Lieberman call out a fellow WNBA icon? The answer might surprise you. Swoopes came out swinging, taking aim at Caitlin Clark's game, but here's the kicker. She got her facts all mixed up. We're not talking about a small slip up here. Swoopes made some pretty big claims about Clark's stats, and let's just say the numbers didn't add up. Enter Nancy Lieberman, another basketball legend. She wasn't about to let those inaccuracies slide. Lieberman stepped up to the plate, ready to set the record straight. She didn't hold back, saying, you can say whatever you want, but you do have to get the statistics right. Facts matter. Ouch, that's got to sting. But it's not just about getting the numbers wrong. Lieberman was disappointed that Swoopes didn't own up to her mistake.
And this thing is over, and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you might like Boston, I might like the Yankees. It's okay to have difference of opinions.
She pointed out that a simple "my bad" could have put this whole thing to bed. Instead, it blew up into something much bigger. Shannon Sharpe jumped into the fray, and he's not pulling any punches. He's questioning the whole friendship between Swoopes and Lieberman. His take:
one thing about women, they will sever a relationship quick behind any disagreement.
If a small disagreement ends a friendship, was it really a friendship to begin with? That's some food for thought right there. But wait, there's more to this story. Sharpe's not just talking about a beef between two basketball icons. He's pointing out something bigger, something that's been bubbling under the surface of women's basketball for a while now. According to Sharpe, this whole mess with Swoopes and Clark is just a symptom of a bigger problem. He's saying some of the legends of the game are feeling threatened by the new talent coming up. It's like they're watching their own legacies fade as new stars shine brighter. Think about it. Clark's not just good, she's changing the game. She's got the skills, sure, but she's also got something the old guard didn't have.
The least thing can cause someone to distance themselves. The friendship was never legitimate or authentic anyway. There's no way
to begin with.
Social media, every move she makes, every record she breaks, it's all over the internet in seconds. That kind of visibility is new, and it's making some of the old school players nervous. But should they be? That's the million-dollar question. Is Clark's rise really dimming the light of past greats? Or is she actually shining a spotlight on the whole sport, bringing more attention to women's basketball than ever before? You know how they say records are meant to be broken? Well, Clark isn't just breaking records on the court, she's shattering the old rules of stardom, and it's all thanks to a tool that's putting her in a whole different league. What's got Clark reaching millions while some WNBA icons are left wondering what hit them? It's simple: social media. This digital game changer is rewriting a playbook for how athletes become household names, and Caitlin Clark, she's the poster child for this new era of sports stardom. Think about it. Back in the day, you had to catch SportsCenter or flip through a magazine to get a glimpse of your favorite players. Now, Clark's crossovers and three-pointers are lighting up Instagram feeds and TikTok for you pages. 247, it's like having courtside seats in your pocket. Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson are all over this. They're pointing out how social media is giving players like Clark a massive boost that legends like Candace Parker and Maya Moore never ever had. It's not just about skill anymore, it's about who can capture those likes and shares. But here's the kicker: some of the old guard aren't exactly thrilled about this new playing field. They're watching these young stars rack up followers faster than they ever could have dreamed of. And let's be real, it's got to sting a little. And Sharpe and Johnson aren't buying it, though. They're saying this isn't about taking away from past greats. It's about recognizing that the game has changed both on and off the court. Clark's not dimming anyone's legacy. She's shining a spotlight on the whole sport. Think about the reach. When Clark breaks a record or makes a jaw-dropping play, it's not just basketball fans who see it, it's everyone, your cousin, who's never watched a game in her life. She's suddenly talking about Clark's latest highlight. That's the power of social media. But it's not just about the numbers. This new visibility is changing the whole conversation around women's basketball. More eyes on the game mean more fans, more sponsors, and more opportunities for everyone involved. Clark's rise isn't just good for Clark, it's good for the entire sport. And let's talk about inspiration, how many young girls are picking up a basketball because they saw Clark draw 3 on their Instagram feed. How many future WNBA stars are out there right now dreaming big because social media showed them what's possible. Sure, some might argue that all this attention on social media takes away from the purity of the game. But here's the thing, the game itself hasn't changed. The skills, the dedication, the hard work, that's all still there. Social media just gives us a front row seat to all of it. So when Sharpe and Johnson defend Clark, they're not just defending one player, they're standing up for a whole new way of connecting athletes with fans. They're saying, hey, this is the future, and it's pretty awesome. Think the WNBA's always been around, think again. And that's got everything to do with why this Clark drama is blowing up. We're diving into a chapter of basketball history that's younger than you might expect, and it's the key to understanding this whole Swoopes versus Clark showdown. Here's something that might surprise you. The WNBA kicked off in 1996. That's right, it's not even 30 years old. Compare that to the NBA, which has been dunking since 1946. This age gap, it's not just a fun fact, it's the root of a lot of the tension we're seeing today. Let's break it down. For decades, women's basketball was operating in the shadows, limited opportunities, little recognition. It was a tough game. Off the court, the players who paved the way, they had to fight for every bit of attention they got. No Instagram, no TikTok, just pure grit and love for the game. Now fast forward to today, we've got players like Caitlin Clark lighting up social media and making headlines left and right. It's a whole new ball game, and some of the legends, they're feeling a bit left out. But here's where Sharpe and Johnson come, and they're not buying the idea that new stars are stealing the spotlight from the old guard. Instead, they're pointing out something crucial: every player, past and present, is part of the bigger picture. Sharpe's hitting hard with this point. He's saying it's not about pitting one generation against another, it's about recognizing that each player in their own time has pushed the game forward. The legends laid the foundation, the new stars are building on it. It's a team effort, just spread out over time. Johnson's backing him up, reminding everyone that the game evolves. The skills that made someone a star in the 90s, they might look different today, but that doesn't make them any less important. It's like comparing apples and oranges, both fruit, both delicious, just different. Here's the thing, the WNBA's relative youth means we're watching the sport grow up in real time. Every new star, every broken record, every viral moment, it's all part of the sport's evolution. And that's something to celebrate, not fight over. But let's be real, it's not easy for the pioneers to watch the new generation soar with opportunities they never had. Social media, bigger contracts, more TV time. It's a different world, and it's natural to feel a twinge of what if when you see it. Sharpe and Johnson are calling for a change in perspective. Instead of seeing Clark's rise as a threat to past legacies, why not see it as a continuation? Every player who's ever stepped on the court has contributed to where women's basketball is today, from the first WNBA game to Clark's latest highlight reel. It's all part of the same story. So what's the takeaway here? It's not about Caitlin Clark versus Sheryl Swoopes. It's about recognizing that every player, past and present, is part of something bigger. They're all threads in the tapestry of women's basketball, and that tapestry, it's getting more colorful and complex with every passing season.